another visitor, stay a while and check out my review of Impossible Mission. So here's the front cover, and as you can see it's a Ricochet release. As usual, the artwork is derived from the original cover artwork of the original Epix game in this case. Spine just says Impossible Mission on, as you'd expect, and on the back we've got a couple of screenshots. Familiar stuff there, and the usual blurb about the game as well. The evil Professor Alvin Atombender has gained access to the blah 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 blah, usual sort of stuff. I think we've all probably seen Impossible Mission before and know what to do in that. The instructions have the usual introductory blurb, and then have the gameplay. More about the gameplay, things about code rooms, pocket computer, picking up puzzle pieces, dropping puzzle pieces, how to solve the puzzle, etc, etc. The control room, bit about navigating the environment and the loading instructions, and a very small amount of foreign language instructions as well there, basically just the loading instructions there too by the looks of it. Well, hopefully you could hear that. So that is the speech that starts the game off. There is no title screen or credits or anything like that. The game just starts immediately with your character stuck in a lift ready to explore the level, or levels I should say. So let's get on with it. So the hallmark of the game really is the animation of the main character. As you can see, is very smoothly animated, and I'm sure most people watching this have played Impossible Mission or at least aware of it. The idea of the game is to wander around this complex, into these rooms, avoid these robots, search these various items and try and find stuff. The idea is to basically find pieces of a puzzle which you then solve to unlock some kind of control room and complete the game. None of which none of which I'll be able to do. Never have been able to do it, but it is fun exploring. So let's get on with the game. You can see great animation for the guy. Oh, dead already. Great animation for the guy jumping and moving around the levels. You can use these little lifts to move up and down, and pushing up on any kind of item of furniture allows you to search it, and usually, or not always, but most of the time you'll find there's actually nothing there, annoyingly. So the robots are lethal to the touch. They use different patterns. Some of them home in on you, some of them fire these electronic laser beams. There's a piece of a puzzle I think I just found there. Some of them just go on a track which you just have to learn and avoid. Controls are pretty simple. It's just basically left and right, fire to jump, and up to search. You can also use up to access these computer terminals, which give you the option to reset the lifts, disable the robots and log off. At the moment you need like security passwords to be able to do that, and I haven't got them at the moment, so we'll come back to that. Just carry on searching. Nothing there either. Oh, I was expecting him to run towards me. You can tell this guy's going to be rather tricky to avoid. He's really trigger happy, shall we say. Can I get it searched before he turns around? Yeah, there's nothing there after all that anyway. Oh crap, well that's coming back to start level. Each time you lose a life, so to speak, or get resent to the beginning of the level, a bit of the time limit drops off. The time limit, I'm not sure what it is. It's some number of hours, probably tells you in the instructions, but I haven't looked. But when you're in this lift section, you can access this little computer, which has got various things you can do. Again, I probably need to look at the instructions to know what all these icons mean, but there's like greens and things and Again, I don't know what I'm doing with that at the moment. I probably need to look at the instructions to explain that better. So I'll progress on and have a read of the instructions and then impart a bit more information. So here I am in another room. I've done most of the searching. I've just got this one guy left to try and get past. As you can see, he stands still and fires intermittently, and this is a part of the challenge of the game, is to work out how to negotiate past these different robots, which I didn't do particularly well there. Never mind, I'm never going to complete the game anyway, so I won't bother searching that thing. So having read the instructions a bit more closely, I still don't know what all these different things do. You can see various puzzle pieces. The idea is to try and solve the puzzle by putting various pieces together, but I've really got no idea. Oh, I see, you can rotate them different directions like that. So you're supposed to try and create a kind of a punched card, but that's all there is. There's also this option to use a phone. Not really sure what goes on there. Sounds like a modem. So it looks like it's put the puzzle pieces in a certain order. I'm not really sure. There's other things like you can basically pause, time is suspended. That's an undo. Again, it looks like you can change the colours of these things as well. I don't really know what's going on. The instructions aren't very comprehensive, so I'll just carry on wandering around a bit more and see what we can see. There's a slightly different challenge in this level. You've got this gigantic black ball that follows you around the screen, as you can see. It's going to be rather tricky to negotiate past. It's coming for me, and it's got me. As you can probably tell, I'm not particularly good at this game. It's a great game, great ideas and everything, but oh, I don't know what happened to it there, it's vanished. It can only be a good thing. You know, it's a classic game. I think most people have, you know, played it quite a lot and are very familiar with it. But basically, I've never been any good at it. So while I like the concept, it's only fun from a nostalgia point of view, and I've never actually got any intention of trying to complete the thing. I picked up a reset the lifts password there, which I might get to use at some point. So in this room I've just picked up a robot snoozing password, which is going to prove quite useful in here, because there's the one at the bottom here. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Let's try that again. The one right at the bottom runs at you like the clappers as soon as it gets on the same level as you, and also this one here is going to be rather difficult to get past to search that thing next to him. So I'm going to try and activate the snooze the robots password. Temporarily disable robots in this room. Password accepted. So as you can see, I've now got the opportunity. Oh, I fell down a hole. That's particularly annoying. I've got no password now. I've blown that completely. As I said, not very good at the game. There's not really a lot more to say. I'll have a wander around and see what else I can find, but you know, everyone's played it, everyone knows about it, it's an 8-bit classic. There's not really much more I can add other than if you hadn't already bought it by the time it came out as a Ricochet release, then I think $1.99 is a more than fair price to pay for it. So I'll have a bit more of a wander around and see if I can find any interesting rooms. There's some lovely colour clash on the robots on this one. The contrast's pretty horrendous on those. So I'll have a wander around and see if I can find any more interesting screens, but basically otherwise that's pretty much it. Some other funky coloured robots in this level as well. Not much else going on apart from me getting killed a lot. I should probably mention that every time you start a new game, the layout of the levels changes, so no two games are the same. Oh, blimey, the big ball's after me. Should we make it relatively easy to searching this one, if I can keep him up at the top. Make it getting back up there rather tricky though. I've got lots of pieces of a puzzle now. Let's go and search the toilet. Oh no, now I am in trouble. Yeah, there's no getting past that thing. Kind of reminds me of the prisoner with that big ball that used to chase the character number 6 down the beach. How am I going to get past this? It's impossible. Basically, you just have to sacrifice some lives or time. You can even search the bins. I can probably outrun it if I'm quick. There we go. So here's a slightly different type of room. This is a code room, and you can earn passwords for resetting the lifts and switching off the robots and stuff. And the way you do that is push up, and you've got to basically repeat the sequence, picking the musical notes in ascending order. I couldn't tell which was which, so I'm just going to repeat what was there. I'm not sure what's happened there. That sounds alright to me, but I'm obviously not getting it right. There's only 3 to choose from, so... Oh! I don't know what's happened there. Is that giving me something or not? I'm not sure. Okay. I guess that's giving me passwords when it all goes all wibbly. Not entirely obvious, but I guess it all will become clear when I find another room now. See if I've got the opportunity to reset the lifts or freeze a robot. Wow, that's colourful, and got lots of things to search on, and perfect opportunity to freeze some robots if indeed I've got a password to do that. I have. Right, let's try not to fall down a hole this time. Robots are still lethal. Nothing to find when I'm searching all that. Another reset thing there. Oh, and they do eventually switch themselves back on again. So it doesn't get much easier. Basically, oh, there goes a bit more lifetime, whatever. That's it. I'm not going to say I'm bored with the game. It's fun to play. It always has been fun to play, and it is a classic. But a bit of speech there. Probably didn't catch that, but that's another good feature of the game. It's a very polished game. You know, the animation, the style of all the graphics, the variation in the levels, the fact you can replay it over and over again, and the levels all lay out differently. It's all great stuff. But to be honest, I haven't really got the time or patience to play through it, and I never did. So it's a classic, but not one of my personal favourites.
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
2, 1, 0.